is when we'll know that they mean what they are saying. It's like I said, a lot of these bills die in committee, and that is so unfortunate. Moving on in our next story, the Lagos state government plans to bring back the monthly environmental sanitation exercise. Yes, the one that used to hold every last Saturday of the month. Now, the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, revealed this during a visit to Idi-Araba, Orile Gamu, and Alaba Rago in Ojo. He said that the State Executive Council is currently considering reintroducing the exercise as part of efforts to keep Lagos clean, safe, and flood-free. You'll remember that it was suspended back in 2016 because of the difficulty restricting movement in such a busy city like Lagos. But now, with worsening waste issues, from clogged drainage to reckless dumping, the government is, of course, rethinking that decision. According to Tokunbo Wahab, the goal is not just a monthly cleanup, but to make environmental sanitation a daily habit for all Lagosians. I think for the longest time, we've pointed fingers at the government for the poor waste disposal system in Lagos. And I think this bringing back the environmental sanitation could put the agency back in the hands of citizens. We have a role to play in proper waste disposal and drainage management, honestly. Let's take a look at social media. Let's see how you guys feel about coming out every Saturday. Wale Eleto says, this is a backwards idea. Lagos is dirtier on environmental days. People clear their gutters onto the roads. Instead of being innovative, we are going back to some anachronistic ideas. How do you lock down a city like Lagos for hours? And has a court not declared this illegal? Yes, the court did rule that the sanitation should be ousted. Let's take another tweet. Femi Dawe says, I can't remember why it was suspended in the first place. The state needs to smell less. In fact, much more needs to be invested in cleaning Lagos. That is a model citizen. Olufemi is ready to come out every Saturday. Team, very, very quickly, because I know we want to get to the juicy stuff. What do you make of this? Do you think that Lagos citizens are ready to come out every Saturday and take some agency in the way that the cleanliness of the state is run?
Well, those environmental sanitation Saturdays were actually converted to compound meeting days. You know, where tenants and landlords come together and do one meeting or the other. I really like the commissioner's drive to ensure that we have a better environment in Lagos. But I believe that better education on environmental issues will succeed more than locking down Lagos for 3 hours, even if it is once a day. And for the legislation about taking bribes, we already have a law that speaks to that. We have not implemented it. So I would advise, let's implement this first and see how it works before we start thinking of 100 million naira fine, 10 years imprisonment, and so on.
Absolutely.
Interesting. I was looking at the consequences for collecting bribe, and I think that it isn't balanced at all. How about politicians who are found culpable at the end of the day? What is the fine for them? What will be the punishment beyond saying companies should pay 100 million, and some companies do not even have that amount? So what's the consequences for politicians? That's what I'm looking out for. It's important. And then for the matter of environmental law, I think that this matter, the responsibility should begin from the home front. It shouldn't be every Saturday at the end of the month, even if Lagos brings it back. If you do not begin from your home, ensuring that your environment is clean and the house where you stay is clean, whether Lagos State brings it back is just a waste of time at the end of the day. We all need to take responsibility. That is where it should begin from. Let's stop pointing accusing fingers at the state government. Play your part, and the state government will play its part.
Tell them, Victoria.
I completely...
Veronica.
Our CEO is called Victoria, just for some context for you back home.
Right. I completely agree with you, Veronica, because I remember growing up, my dad would always ask me to go knock on all of our tenants' door on last Saturdays of every month, and it was a very good time. It was never a meeting time because everyone was always busy cleaning up the yards, cleaning up the environment. So I feel it's good. But Lagos State has not talked about how they want to circumvent this law, because one thing is they didn't say that there will be restriction of movement. That was what the law or the court ruled on, but not on cleaning your environment, which is very key. So we need to take that responsibility. As per the bribe and all of that, I think that is also a very good one. We need to push it through, because I remember moving on one of the parts of the Lagos State, someone was I was in someone's car and he was telling me about an experience in one of the companies. He said the man, he understands tax very well, and he paid tax on behalf of the company because he's the accountant or something. And the foreign national, in this case an Indian, as I was told, he was angry that why did the man pay that tax? That there's a way they do it when they get to maybe Abuja or anyway. There's a way they do it without paying tax. So we have a lot of people who are bribing their way through the government officials, among themselves, and we need to take this very seriously because we have to sanitize the system.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your contributions, team.
Thank you.